Hey guys, what is going on? It is me, BikuriBox12 here. Yes, I know the room is dusty. That's what happens whenever you put a lamp facing you whenever you're surrounded by foam. It's just gonna happen. I actually made this video 2 nights ago, and I was planning on having it uploaded so that way I could tell you what was going on, but I ran into some software issues where my screen capture software was out of date and it was no longer compatible with my computer. I couldn't even open up previous projects. It would have an error and just close automatically, so I had to go contact support. It took me 24 hours to get this code to renew it and get the update. But now that everything is fixed and ready, let's talk about what's been going on. First and foremost, I want to thank you guys for getting me to 25,000 subscribers. Truly a huge milestone. This channel has grown so much in the past couple of years. In fact, just 3 years ago, June, I reached 100 subscribers, which, looking back, I'm a little peanut, man. I'm so little in those videos. I can't even believe I mean, like, you think 15 years old is like, oh, you know, you're in high school now. You're a teenager. You're slowly becoming an adult. And it's like, no. Have you seen me? Granted, I've always been fashionably late to the party in more ways than one, but it's still crazy how much time has passed. I reached 1,000 subscribers 2 years ago. But it's so surreal to me because I can remember sitting in Spanish class in junior year with 10,000 subs, and it feels like it was yesterday. And that was almost 2 years ago now. I've been graduated from high school for over half a year now, which is just beyond me. I can't believe it. I don't feel old. I still feel like I did when I was 15, 16, even 8, all of the years. Since it's like a slow, gradual change, you don't feel it happening. It's only whenever you look at point A and point B, you realize, whoa, what is that? So that's awesome. Thank you guys for that. Just a few hundred more subs, I think, and I'll officially beat Calais, and I will be in the big 3, the top 3 most subscribed Realm of the Mad God channels, which is insane, unless I'm missing someone. I think it's me, Silver Dollar, and TechMech Spencer. Sorry. Now, the reason that I haven't been working on any videos is because I got sick last week, and it lasted for a whole week, and it wasn't like a bedridden type of flu or a head cold. I got the most inconvenient type of symptom that I could have got, which was losing my voice. Like, it's the one thing that actually stops me from recording. I can't make videos if my voice is shot. So that lasted almost an entire week. Even now, it's still a little deeper than it would be. But it is pretty much back to normal, so I can start recording again, but that was just a pain. It hurt a little bit in the beginning, but once it healed, the sound just didn't go away. I couldn't get it back up, so I'm just like, I want to do stuff. I was still going to class, though, but it gave me some downtime to really just kind of enjoy myself a little bit, you know, play without worrying about recording. I started playing FTL and Nuclear Throne again, back to back. I'll usually play FTL, get mad because I won't win, and then go play Nuclear Throne, get mad, and then I hop on my PlayStation and start playing Castlevania Symphony of the Night or Ninja Gaiden Sigma. I'm kind of on a Ninja Gaiden kick right now. I'm trying to beat all 3 of the NES games back to back. I can do 1 and 2 fine. I might try to like speedrun those, but 3 is almost impossible for me because they're limited continues. It's dumb. But now that all of that has passed, I have 4 guide videos planned for the future. One being the Crawling Depths. That is a very simple and straightforward dungeon, easy to explain, and I have the footage for that. I have plenty of Crawling Depths footage, so that will not be hard to do. It's not very complicated. Easy to teach. When will it come out? I don't really know because upcoming we have December, Christmas time, and someone made a really good recommendation a little while back to do the Lord of the Lost Lands guide on December 24th, Christmas Eve, and then upload the Ice Cave guide on Christmas Day, which is that's a very good recommendation, and I will take him up on that. I do plan on doing the Ice Cave guide in December, probably on Christmas Day. I don't know about the Lotto guide only because it's so dang hard to solo a lotto. I would have to go on probably now at night, since I'm usually 3 hours behind most Realm players, I will have to go on and just solo a Realm until I get a lotto, which is, it's just unfortunately too time consuming. I'll probably do it, but the focus of that is definitely the Ice Cave. Let's just say that. The 2 dungeons that I'm really looking forward to doing, though, are the Puppet Master's Theater and the Puppet Master's Encore. I said before in my thoughts on the new update video that the Puppet Master's Encore is one of my favorite boss fights in the whole game. Tons of fun even today. It has a good amount of strategy to it. It's a very decent challenge, but it's fun above all. And it's gonna be a blast. The hardest part about my guides now is going to be making intros that fit with them. Like, since I went kind of all out on my Haunted Cemetery guide, all of my videos that follow suit will also have to be of the same quality and effort, which is tough because it just kind of came to me. A lot of times videos will just flow whenever I'm in here. I'll just start talking and I'm like, oh, that's good, and I'm just, the ball's rolling. And it's really intimidating whenever you first get in here because I don't really script the Realm videos per se. I might jot down a few notes on the computer, but I don't really feel a need to write a lot of it down since most of it is just information that I can find on Realm. So I check it and then just memorize it real quick, do the line, and then repeat that for any subsequent information that I might find on the website. It's adding in those little bits of my personality that are what need to come naturally, or I jot them down. That's why I rehearse my videos to myself so many times, because I just want to get that spark going, or else it's just going to be super formulaic and boring, which unfortunately does happen sometimes. I often get caught in a formula, which is why I'm glad I met Yin, because he's one of the only people that I can talk to about editing and bettering your content, because he takes his content seriously. And I know that he's working on his next video right now. In fact, that's probably why he hasn't been on Discord. He's just been buckling down on that editing, so glad I met him. Aside from that, I'm hoping to get out another commentary video with Yin or Nitawig. I really enjoy making those. They're a good placeholder in between my bigger videos, and they're just fun to make. I like playing the game and knowing that while I'm doing it, I'm also getting a video out of it, a long video. And it's good to know that a lot of people enjoy watching it as well. I also have 2 drawing videos that I want to upload, one of them being a re-upload of the Killing Joke cover that I did, because apparently the music that I used in it has made the video blocked in several countries, one of which is the United States, so that just defeats the purpose of even having it up. So I'm gonna have to redub over it, talk about the drawing, maybe how long it took, what utensils I used and whatnot, which some people actually wanted me to do for future drawing videos. They would rather have my commentary than music, which is preferable, mainly because of the copyright issues. So after the Killing Joke, there will be a drawing of a gourd that I had to do for school, like a squash, where you just have to show the mastery of shading, and it took me like 3 hours to do that one. Like Killing Joke, I think, took me almost 3 hours as well, but this was just shade, 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 shade. A very simple shape to it, but it was big. So expect those in the near future. Don't get frazzled if you see them. Also, I've been wanting to make a behind the scenes video for a long time. Countless people have been asking for that, and it's a very valid question, and I've wanted to answer it for so long, but the problem is that I'm almost always upgrading or getting a new piece of equipment like this mic arm. It cost me about $15. It's a placeholder. I want to get this $100 mic swivel mount that Nitawig was talking about in one of our videos, because it's just better, and it's good, and it's more convenient. This thing barely moves left and right. It's a placeholder, and so I don't want to make my setup video and then just moments later or a day later, I get a new piece of equipment that renders something in that video obsolete. I don't want that. But once I do get the mic arm, I'm pretty confident in saying that I won't be upgrading anything else anytime soon. So once that happens, I think it's pretty safe to say that that video will be on the way. Same with the pet guide. A lot of people want me to do a pet guide, one thing at a time. I will. Before Shatter's guide, for sure. And the last thing before I go, I've never really drawn attention to this before, but I do have a Patreon account that I opened up. When did I? It was a little while ago. I mainly did it so that way I could support other creators, and I do to this day. I'm supporting Chaseface on there. Love that man. But it is also a way for anybody who is subscribed to me to go that extra mile to show their appreciation for the channel. And I already have 3 patrons that are totaling to about $9 a month, which is incredible. I can't express my gratitude more for that. Like, I'm very grateful for people that are willing to subscribe to me, but those who would take money out of their pocket and give it to me, their hard-earned cash, that earns respect right there, which is why I have a set of rewards out there for people who are willing to donate, ranging from knowing your name and recognizing you as a human being on a much more personal level than the average sub, to a shout out at the end of my bigger videos, which is really good if you have a smaller Realm channel, and all the way to gaining access to a Discord server where we can chat. I've always wanted to find some way to connect to fans and talk with them and chat with them, and live streaming isn't exactly the way to go, not just because my computer can't handle it without massive lag, but because it's also not a one-on-one speech thing. We're not talking to each other. It's not the same. Discord is probably the closest we're ever going to get to that. And unfortunately, I cannot talk to everybody, because even if 1% of my audience were to go add me on Discord, that would be over 200 people that's just impossible to juggle on a daily basis. So I find this to be a really good method in filtering people out and finding out who is going to add me on Discord, because if you are willing to make that sort of transaction with real money, I will absolutely honor that, and we will meet. We will talk. I will absolutely do that. Promise. But that is only one of the two methods. The much more reliable way to get in contact with me, and probably some other people, is to have a Realm YouTube channel. Start your own channel, maybe live stream. That's actually really good, because Yin Yarn was going around looking for Realm streams just to kind of mess around, and we found this guy Realm Time, and he turned out to be huge fans of both of us, so we just hopped on his Discord and started talking and playing for like an hour or two. It was great. He turned out to be an awesome guy. That can happen anywhere, at any time at all. Down here in the... Okay, but of course Patreon is merely an accessory. It's optional. I'm not going to pressure anybody into doing that. Simply being subscribed and watching my content is more than what I can ask for. So with that being said, that concludes this small update video. Thank you again for getting me to 25,000 subs. I've got 4 different guide videos planned to come out whenever they do, as well as some other side projects going on, so only time will tell. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, don't forget to check out the next episode whenever I post it, which will probably be soon. I'm gonna go to bed. All right. See ya.